In this video, I'm going to share with you my 5 top tips on how to get rid of bloating and how to get rid of that bloated feeling after food. By the way, make sure to watch the very end because the last few tips you're never told about. Okay guys, let's dive straight into tip number 1 because bloating can result from certain foods. The common culprits in terms of foods that I seem to see a correlation with are things like beans, broccoli, cabbage, and dairy products. So the best thing to do is, you've all got a phone, keep a food diary. Now the beauty of keeping a food diary on your phone is that soon you're gonna have that data, and with that data you're gonna be able to spot correlations, and you might be able to figure out that certain foods are causing the bloating, so you can give them a miss and see if symptoms improve. Please remember though, do not cut out food groups entirely. If you are thinking of ever doing that, please speak to your doctor first. Keep them in the know. And diving straight into tip number 2, a personal favorite of mine, sip on some warm water. You can do it throughout the day, you can do it after you've had food, whenever your bloating is worse. Sipping on warm water, it's gonna relax your digestive system, it's gonna help all that gas move and relieve the bloating. I think it's so effective, and I know a lot of people find it effective. Another tip as well, if you want, it doesn't just have to be plain water, it can be like teas as well, like green tea is also really, really good. Diving straight to tip number 3, those speedy eaters out there, you know who you are, you guys need to slow down, because if you're a fast eater, you're gonna be swallowing more air, which makes bloating worse. So slow it down. Also, chew with your mouth shut. That makes you swallow less air as well. And lastly, try not to talk too much when you're eating as well. Again, if you're talking a lot, you're gonna be swallowing more air, all of which makes bloating worse. Let me give you a few pro tips as well on swallowing air. There's 2 other points that I haven't told you about. One is chewing gum. Try to avoid chewing gum. Makes you swallow more air, makes symptoms worse. And the second one, which a lot of people don't know about, is trying to avoid using a straw. Using a straw actually makes you swallow a lot of air, which can make bloating worse. So next up, let me tell you about Bioski. This fast-acting, medicine-free digestive aid has been part of Italian homes for over 100 years, and it's now reached the US and Canada. The Bioski team are very good friends of the channel, and to learn more about the Bioski products, I will leave a link to them in the description below. Bioski, thank you for being our sponsor. Jogging into tip number 4. Listen guys, a bit of light exercise goes a long way for bloating. Doing a little bit of exercise, maybe just going for a little walk after you've eaten, it's gonna stimulate the movement of your bowels, and that's gonna help get rid of that bloated feeling and get that gas moving so you're no longer bloated. Trust me, this is one of my personal favorite ones, and a lot of my patients started doing it and they really find it helpful. Diving straight to tip number 5, avoid fizzy drinks. They're usually carbonated, they hit the acid in your stomach, which then produces carbon dioxide, which then makes the bloating worse, and you feel terrible. So we need to avoid them. Instead, opt for water, opt for warm water like we spoke about in tip number 2, or if you just don't like warm water that much, maybe the teas. Green tea is perfect for this. And listen guys, with all stomach and gut issues, there are times where you should seek medical advice. I am gonna leave loads more information in the description below. Definitely do give it a read because it could be something a little more serious which needs medical advice. Thanks for watching, sending awesome vibes.